Nation. Gabe. Not even the night watchman. We're going to call him Gabe. That's right. El ganador, the winner, baby. Oh, man. I'm feeling myself right now, Nick. How are you doing, my friend? Shall we call you Reverse Jinx?
That's the only thing that went right today. The only thing. In a game, in a match where things were basically handed to them, like CSK felt so bad. I think they had like a mutiny on their hands before their match, and MS Dhoni's like, whoa. I think Jadeja was on the mutiny too, actually. Whoa. Let's just go out. Let's be professionals. Let's go out and play. I think 5 or 6 of the guys didn't even want to play. They didn't even want to play. And they still ended up beating Mumbai. I mean, how do you think I feel? Come on, man. Gosh.
Well, guys, we're going to talk about it. Back by popular demand. This is another installment of R3 Wickets. Oh, daddy. I love it. He doesn't even give us, come on, you got to give us a professional R3 Wickets. The people, the villagers ask for it, Nick. We need it. We need that professional R3 Wickets. He's putting it up there. Get it out of there.
I put as much effort into the R3 Wickets as Undakit put into that last over. Let me just say that.
Whoa. No spoilers. Easy. Go ahead and take it easy right there. All right, listen. Let's start with the positive, right? Let's talk about some positives, okay? There's got to be something positive you can find out of this match.
You would think so. Let me get back to my TV show over here as you're checking out your positives right here. I got a show to watch here.
He's like, is there a positive? Listen, for CSK, here's the positive, all right? The first 3 games, they could not take any wickets. Or actually, I think it was the first 3 or 4 games, they had taken 1 wicket in the power play. And in the last 2-3 games, actually, and out of the last 3 games, they've won 2. You've got wickets being taken in the power play, all right? Chandri goes ahead and takes out Rohit Sharma, all right? Gone, basically on a duck, 2 balls. Then Ishan Kishan, maybe it's time for him to go back to the couch. Ishan Kishan gone on a ball, almost a platinum duck. Oh, daddy, it was ugly. And wait, not to let him, not to even, what do you call it? Not to be outdone. Chaudhry comes back in his second over and says, "Give me another wicket. Yum, delicioso." And he gets baby AB. AB. Bro, it's ugly. It's ugly. I don't know what to tell you. This guy was everywhere. Chaudhry has really contributed to the ascension of CSK from the basement. Now, the ascension for CSK from the basement, from the wooden spoon. You got Dwayne Bravo doing Dwayne Bravo things. If we get Chahar back, which I keep hearing conflicting reports, he's out for the whole season or he's not. We'll see what happens. They need at least one good arm, another good arm, because their bats usually get it done. They did this today without Moeen Ali, by the way, who's been banished. But, I think one of the and I'll talk about that later on. He's been banished, bro. The concerning part is that there is no room for Moeen Ali on this team because you can't really go with 3 spinners in T20. And, I mean, you can, but unless you're talking about Rashid Khan and Chahal, guys like that, it's like, I don't know if I'm going to do that. And you're going to have Jadeja in there, right? You have Mitchell Satner in there today, so I'm assuming that's why no Moeen Ali. At least he got himself a wicket, Nick. I mean, the positive is that CSK is starting to take wickets, and especially in the power play, that did not happen. They took 7 wickets from Mumbai. I will take it. What else was positive, Nick? That when others faltered, okay? I am so concerned about Rutledge Gaikwad. We'll talk about that later, all right? When others faltered, it was the veterans, the old dudes that came through, all right? And specifically...
when you say old, isn't that everyone on the team? Come on, man.
Oh, drive by. That's so mean.
Their average age is old.
Average age is... Oh, wait. First and foremost, the leading scorer, Amity Raidu, he was born in 85, so he's only like 36 or 37. That's not too old.
Oh, now, excuse me. The peak of his career. The prime of life.
He's in the prime of life. Dude, that's sad when you're like, wait, 37's not that old. 37's not that old.
So young. He's a baby.
He's got Similac on his breath, right, Nick?
He's a baby.
I mean,
yeah.
But it was the veterans that came through when the young kids, and I'm speaking specifically about Return Gaikwad again, couldn't do it. Utapa came through with 30 runs, 40 runs from Ambati Raidu. But Nick, it was the man that in the end, when it looked like darkness was coming for CSK, it was MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni showed us MS Dhoni things. And I want to say that this is the second or third time. He done it already once this year. And I believe he did it last year as well, where people are like, Gabe, that's MS Dhoni. Where at the end, what? You need 28 and 12? I got you. What? We need 50 in the death? I got you. Where Dhoni's hitting those shots, cousin, and he's putting in work. And I'll be honest with you, I was so down on Dhoni after our first year of watching the IPL because he was not that good. But the last 2 seasons, at least his bat has been sustainable enough to win 1 or 2 matches here or there for you. He definitely won this match today. And Nick, that's what I'm gushing about. How about you? I've given you plenty of time. There has to be a positive, and you better mention my man crush. There has to be a positive over there at the land of Mumbai.
Your man crush? Oh man, your man. So listen, there's a there's an obvious positive, right? At least one, if not maybe a few, and that's my man Tilak Varma, right? This guy got himself 2 catches.
You're a savage. You still won't give credit where credit's due.
I haven't even finished talking. I was 4 seconds in, and he's already crying. He's already issuing a complaint to the BCCI for crying out loud. Listen. I let you talk your nonstop gushing about this or that when your team's won 2 matches so far out of 7. Easy there, Charlie Brown. But listen here, okay? Don't disrespect the man Varma. I'm sorry. Let me check again because I must be mistaken right here. Did Sky get 50? Oh, no, that's right. Tilak Varma did. Did Sky get 2 sixes? No, Varma did. Did Sky get 2 catches today? No, Varma did, baby. This guy is able.
I think no better.
This guy can do it all, right? He can do it all. It's like Henry Rowan Gardner from Rookie of the Year. He can do it all. I mean, Varma, and talk about Rookie of the Year. This kid's young. He's also number 6 in the league for the Orange Cap right now. And I believe his first full year, Sky's right behind him, though. Number 7, and Sky's doing Sky things with a strike rate of 152, 21 balls. Unfortunately for Sky, he wasn't able to last too long, right? That was the only unfortunate because this team's got nobody else. Nobody else. These 2 guys, once again, how do you have 2 guys in the top 7 run scoring list and you haven't won a game? You want to know why? Let's look at the other top 10 list. No, I'll give you top 20 for crying out loud. Do I see any Mumbai Indians? Nope. I don't see any Mumbai Indians in the top 20 list for wickets for crying out loud because they're alert. And they had a guy today get 4 wickets. And they still don't have someone in the top 20. But I'm digressing. I'm going into what I don't like. Oh, my gosh. Calm down, Nick.
Right.
I did like that. I did also like Sam's. I mean, I got to give this guy credit. And I trashed him. It wasn't just me, but I trashed him on our stream today. And I even said on there, posted on the little video that, watch, now he'll go off. And he went off. Only 30 runs, right? 15 runs before the death, 15 runs in 2 overs during the death. Very, very impressive. Actually, no, I think he had 3 before the death and 1 during it because Mumbai knows better than that. They even let him sniff the last few overs for crying out loud. But he got himself 4 wickets, and he really gave Mumbai a chance when Mumbai should not have had a chance whatsoever. What did I hate? Okay. Where do I start? First of all, and you're going to tell me all these different things, right? You're going to tell me all these different things. When you got Ashwin as your top wicket taker and he can't even sniff the starting lineup, okay, whatever. But as I'm looking at this list right here, you know whose name I don't see until number 40 on top wickets of the year, Gabe? You know whose name I don't see until 40? The guy who everyone probably chose for the purple cap. A guy named Bumrah, for crying out loud. Where has this guy been? Oh, with the rest of these so-called stars on their team. That's right. I'm going to crush them. Don't worry. Rohit Sharma and Ishan Kishan, don't worry. They combined for 0 runs, baby. They saw 3 balls. right? 3 balls. At least Prithvi Shaw, when he sees his 3 balls before he goes down, at least he gets a few boundaries, right? I mean, at least he gets a few of that. These guys had no idea, and all the respect to Chaudhary. This guy's really come into his own. I did like seeing that as a cricket fan. There's no one else on this team for crying out loud. I'm not going to play Brevis, the guy who's still like 13 years old. He's got a fake ID to be able to play in the IPL, right? I'm not going to play Shokeen. This is Hrithik Roshan's little brother, Shokeen, and this guy's able to get at least 25 runs on 25 balls. How do you have the newcomer who's batting, what is he batting, 5 or 6, and he gets 25 more runs than Kishan and Sharma combined? Oh, my gosh. I mean, even Daniel Sams, he saw 3 balls, he got 5 runs, okay? And let's think about this. This is what's so crazy, because I'm going to get to the new He Who Shall Not Be Named in just a second, okay? The new game, and he's always on and off the Sinister Six. He might be the first guy ever to be on both of our lists, for crying out loud. And that is the artist formerly known as Undakit. His actual name was Unicat. I mean, this guy, oh my gosh. This guy, he took a wicket, right? I mean, he had a bright spot for a second, right? No, he took 2 wickets, excuse me. 2 wickets. But he couldn't help himself, right? He couldn't help himself. He was trying his hardest to get to that Hootie line, to that 50 line. But Dhoni took care of it, right? He had to only protect 17 runs. And I know what you're going to say. Only Dhoni can do what Dhoni can do. All right. Well, if Dhoni's done this 35 million times, hasn't someone found a way to not let him do that? I think some genius in the comment section, and I don't mean that sarcastically, I mean that literally. He said, right, why don't you bowl him to his offside, for crying out loud? What? I didn't see any attempts at a wide. What are we doing right now? He needed 17 runs on 6 balls. At one point, he needed 4 runs on 1 ball. And he got that boundary. I mean, Dhoni does this time and time again. But am I really that mad? No. No, because this team is so bad, they can't put together one complete performance. They get 4 wickets and 2 wickets from 2 guys, for crying out loud. But they can't let anyone else score besides the 2 guys that have been scoring the entire season, 6 and 7 in the all-time. I mean, it's so bad. This team is trash. And me and you knew it from the very beginning. You started laughing like a goofball at the very beginning after the mega auction. Who did they get? Like, who did they get? They spent $15 billion on Ishan Kishan. And you were right. Yeah. I was wrong. He is garbage, for crying out loud. Is he not? I mean, I feel so bad saying that about the guy who's obsessed with milkshakes at 1 a.m. But this guy is freaking garbage. He is so bad. The openers for Mumbai are probably worse at their job, right, than the millions of Americans not even going to their job nowadays. How do you have a worse opening pair? I mean, honestly, have you seen a worse opening pair? Either they need to take 1,000,000 balls and score nothing, or they see a few balls and score nothing. The result's the same. At least today they did their team a favor by allowing the other guys to have some more balls to chance. And last thing about Unicat, it's just serendipity, okay? He was able to get, I think alone, he got something like 14 runs in that final over. He was batting in that final over. And there were 16 runs in the over, but I think he got something like 14 or 15 of them, right? 14 of them, okay? He gave up 17. If he could have got one more run, right? Dude. It was Unicat in the 20th over, and he just wasn't able to get it done. And I promise, this is the last one, I promise. I did the research, okay? I did the research because I wanted to make sure this was true. I thought he had a purple cap. He actually got second in the purple cap in 2017 or something like that. Other than that, he didn't sniff the top 30, for crying out loud. He didn't sniff the top 20. Is he the luckiest one-year wonder of all time? Absolutely. And he's still making money off that? Absolutely. It's so bad, Gabe. And honestly, I want them to lose every game the rest of the season. I want them to lose it all.
Wow.
All of it.
I had to sit here and enjoy the pain. Okay, first and foremost, let me correct you for a second. Sky is the best player right now in the IPL because although he's 7, he has 2 less matches. He has 2 less matches, all right, than
maybe
everyone else.
But not the IPL.
Well, I mean, obviously Josh Butler's got the most runs.
To quote you shut your mouth. Come on,
bro.
Man.
He's got 232 runs, and he only played 5 matches. So you watch your mouth when you talk about Sky. How dare you?
Okay, let's talk about for a second. Let's talk about a man named DK. DK comes in at 7 for crying out loud. DK is still Mr. Not Out. If Sky would have got not out today, and I'm not blaming Sky, then they would have won this match more than likely. DK has been a monster this year. There's so many great performances. How dare you just loud Sky's name?
Second of all, I keep hearing a lot of you're absolutely right. But here's my question, Nick. Captaincy, right? Captaincy matters. Everybody understands captaincy matters. And I'm about to poke the bear. I'm about to poke your boy right now. Why?
Garbage this year. Garbage this year.
Why? Oh, why? Forget about his play. Forget about Rohit Sharma's play. I understand getting pumped by Dhoni is a big deal. Isn't a big deal. Why? Because it's happened. Even though I'm pretty sure Undakit's also been pumped by a lot of guys, including AB de Villiers, which I saw with my own eyes. And that's when he joined my Sinister Six. But Nick, I'm sorry, is Dwayne Bravo like a legit like Mr. Not Out himself? Because if I'm Undakit, there's no way I'm letting him get off strike. No way. They can't do that run in between this. So after the wicket of Petroius was taken, you've got tail enders there now. And people are going to say, oh, Dwayne Bravo's an all-rounder. You can't let him get a single there. You can't, because now you let Dhoni get on strike.
But if you let him get a boundary, then they get closer to that chasing, and Dwayne Bravo can hit himself some sixes. You're in a tough situation. I see what you're saying.
Are you more afraid of Dhoni, or are you more afraid of MS Dhoni?
How are you going to control it unless you get a dot, right? You can't tell me they're not trying to get a dot every single time. So how do you control that, right? Because if he hits something that's supposed to be a 2, they would have just taken 1 right there. If he hits it for a boundary, then it's 4 runs right there. They're much closer. It's just.
Bro, I honestly would have bowled right at of Dwayne Bravo. I would have thrown a bouncer right at him, bro. And honestly, like, there's just no way you can let that happen. With that being said, all right, I want to get to what I didn't like, because trust me, I'm all smiles. But going back to captaincy, Nick, Jadeja is killing me. Jadeja is absolutely killing me. It's now not just affecting his play, but his decisions on the field are killing me. I saw Jadeja drop 2 balls. I don't think I've seen Jadeja drop 2 balls in a game the entire time we've been watching cricket. And that's 3 years. That's a lot. Bro, he dropped a sitter that he was just waiting for. It wasn't a dive. It wasn't in the slips where he's that. No, he's waiting for it, Nick. And Jadeja, you can tell the pressure of captaincy is getting to him. He is killing me. And then what does he do on the other side? Immediately comes and gives up his wicket. Dhoni saved this team today, because if not, Jadeja would have been getting crushed. 3 runs on 8 balls. And let me be honest with you, I'm still going to crush him. Bold did not take a wicket. Jadeja, and I've said it many times, he's the best all-rounder in the world, but not every man is made to lead. Does that make sense, Nick? And I'm sorry. He hasn't shown me anything this season to show me he's a leader in men. And people are going to say, oh, Gabe, well, he can't control the bowlers that CSK didn't retain. He can't. You know what he can't control? The drops. You know what he can't control? This is not the first time that he's gone down for a duck or 2 or 3 runs when they needed him in the chase, Nick. It's disappointing. Today's season is disappointing, and this is your first year as captain, and it's another conversation we've had. Captaincy is probably in cricket the most pressure-packed position of any sport, Nick. And you could see the pressure. To me, I think it's also gotten to your boy Rohit. I'll let you talk about that later, because, man, being the captain of Mumbai is one thing, but being the captain of now the international squad also looks to be wearing on him as well. But this guy is just Jadeja's terrible. I don't even want to get into it. Ruturaj Gaikwad, what happened, Nick? He got 1 good season. Was Fox influence that big? Was Fox taking a new ball and walking through it that big? How do you get that back? Because he didn't just do it for 1 season. Because remember, he finished the season before last season where he won the orange cap with what, Nick? Do you remember? 3 50s in a row. It was the first time ever in CSK history that an uncapped new player ever did that. A debuting player, 3 50s in a row. So the talent's there. I don't know. That's more data. It wasn't 3 matches. It was 3 matches and then a whole full season where the guy wins the orange cap. And this year, he looks lost. I'm sorry, he's got to be dropped. This guy cannot open for you. He cannot be facing the new ball. Maybe don't drop him out of the order, drop him in the lineup or whatever. But
Yeah,
he looks like a fish out of water, a gup. It's bad. It's bad, Nick. And again, it's so frustrating for me. Those two things were glaring. I'm not gonna, nitpick on other things because ultimately, they got the job done. But the two things that stood out to me was, and I said it while I was watching the game. That was because the very next over, the person, I forgot who it was that Jadeja dropped with his second one with the sitter. The guy goes out and scores 10 runs. That was a 10-run drop right then and there. This game should not have come down to Dhoni having to win in the heroics. I get it, Nick. The bat is slow, pressure, but you're dropping a sitter. That tells you right now the focus isn't on the game. And Jadeja may need to go on the couch. Nick, what did you not like? Oh boy.
A lot of people need to go on the. Well, I already showed what I didn't like. Remember, I went off my title.
Nick, what did you learn? My apologies. What did you learn, my friend?
It's interesting your point about Jadeja and your point that you're alluding to about Sharma. But Sharma's been the IPL captain for you. You would think that he wasn't struggling in the small sample size when he was made international captain, right?
Right.
All of the games, the series that he internationally captained recently, the team did very, very well. It's weird that he's digressing right here in the IPL where this is like, it should be like old hat for crying out loud. One point on CSK, Jadeja, I thought he's been waiting in the wings forever, right? This guy's been in the IPL since the inception of it. He was on the Royals team that won the IPL title the first year. Why is there no tutelage? I don't know. It could just be a bad 7 games. Who knows? But Rohit Sharma's been there, done that. He doesn't have some of the same guys, but he had some of those same guys last year. They weren't able to do too much. So it's very alarming. And I don't understand when you saw what happened with Kohli, who's still not able to get out of that personal hitting funk. You do the same exact thing to Rohit Sharma. Let's make him the captain of everything, and let's make him the captain of the IPL. And you don't tell me the BCI don't have their hands in everything. Stop it. I don't understand, but his performance is not there. And the captaincy is not there. He's not able to make. I mean, it was lined up beautifully. So many drops from CSK. Dubé had a big one, like in the 17th or 18th over as well. Dhoni missed a stumping. They should have been bowled out for crying out loud. This was a game that people were going to say Mumbai fixed it when they won it, and they still messed it up. It's just bad. And I really don't know what the answer is. I joke around about them losing every single game, but it's not like they get a higher draft pick the next year. Like other sports, it is what it is. I do like that they're trying different guys out. And I did like Shokeen, not because he got the 25 runs, but I thought he bowled really well, even though he didn't get any wickets. I like seeing the new blood in there. Varma's been awesome, but is Varma going to be like a Venkatesh Iyer? Only time will tell, or even a Guy Quad. Only time will tell as it goes on. I do like Brevis, but the guys that you need, and Sky's doing amazing. The guys that you need to step up aren't stepping up. It's really bad. And what did I learn? Mumbai's got a bad team this year. They got the worst bowling in the league, from my opinion. The worst collection of bowling performances. Maybe not bowlers, but bowling performances. It's just atrocious. And what I'm seeing from Bumrah's inconsistency, I've seen on the international stage as well. He's a very streaky bowler, meaning he'll get tons of wickets and dominating performances match after match after match, and then he'll go through these slumps. And unfortunately, I think he's got more pressure on his shoulders, almost like a captain of the bowlers, if you will, because who else you got there, right? You got a Daniel Sams, you got a Unicat, you got Ashwin, you got all these different guys. If I'm a CSK fan, I'm very happy by who I call the Mesh brothers, right? You got Mahesh and Mukesh right there, and Chowdhury and Dikshana. Both those guys are doing fantastic, and their younger guys, or their guys that were on the team last year, are really showing up. But this was a bad match. It was definitely the battle for the wooden spoon, like I called it on our stream. It was just bad cricket all around with some highlights here and there. And if you're an MS Dhoni fan, maybe this is the last time you see it. Probably not, but you got to see him do it again. The question is, guys, Gabe's going to give his rebuttal there, but we want to know, what do you think about this match? Please fill out the comment section. Let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Gabe, final words, my friend.
Listen, I kind of alluded to it earlier. What did I learn? Captaincy is just of all professional sports. We even talking about American sports. You know, people say in football, quarterbacks got the hardest job. That's why they get paid the big bucks. And to a certain extent, they do. But the quarterback doesn't have the decision making that captaincy does. And I've seen two great players crumble under the pressure. All right. You also got to think about this, Nick. There's a difference between being the temporary captain, which was what he always was, and we're talking about Rohit Sharma, to now you are the guy and you got to replace Kohli, who, by the way, got so much flack. But that's the last point I want to finish with. For all the Kohli detractors and haters out there, yeah, the guy captained RCB and all three facets. I'm sorry, of the international game. So that's 4 different teams, and he got flack, even though he's one of the most winningest captain. Where going away before overseas, it'd be like, oh, okay, maybe we'll draw a game out or whatever. Now you're expected to win if you're India. You're expected to win a test match no matter where you go. And Kohli won, and still people crushed him. This is the guy that's leading you. So maybe, here's the thing. Maybe Rohit's mind is not on the IPL, Nick, and it's on the international team, knowing I got to go play the West Indies in the United States. Can't wait for that to happen. I've got to go here. You know what I mean? Maybe that's where his focus is at, okay? But forget about, and people are going to say, oh, Jadeja. No, Jadeja's another guy who's, like, to your point, has been waiting forever to take over captaincy from Dhoni. That's what I kept hearing, and he's crumbling under the pressure. Now, this is the IPL. Could you imagine in the international game? And I think that you've seen captaincy crush captains in cricket all the time, especially Indian players. All right, Sunil Gavaskar, bro, right? The guy could play. He himself, I couldn't do. Just the pressure. We also talked about the greatest cricketer of all time, Sachin, the god of cricket. That pressure of having to lead other men and be responsible for everybody is not for everyone. So for every single person, and I'm not the biggest Kohli fan here, but for every single person that likes to throw shade at Kohli, just saying, the man did it for a long time and did every facet where other guys are crumbling under the lights. But maybe that's just my opinion. Maybe you're seeing something a little bit different than I'm seeing. Nick, I'll tell you what. I think that this is false hope, and this is the one thing you did not mention. CSK is old. They've got a couple younger guys now, but look, they brought in Conway, and they've given him one match. This is why I think Mumbai is good. Look at all the Indian players they got and young Indian players they got. They have a way of finding the Skies, finding the Pandya brothers, because nobody knew about this kid. Who's this kid? At the draft, I was laughing. At the auction, I was like, this is who you guys are bringing in? Varma, Talika, the guy is number 6, Nick. They have the best scouting department as far as Indian talent is concerned, because they find the Skies, they find the Boomers, they find the Ishan Kishans, they find the Varmas now. So they're doing something right, and they've got some young talent. What they didn't do this year was get that auction right, cousin. You can't be spending $1 million on Archer when you're not sure what you're getting back, and you still got holes to fill. So at least the end is not nigh for Mumbai, because you got how do they continue to get these guys, pluck them from obscurity, and they become superstars? I'm shocked. I want to know who their scouting department, the lead of their scouting department is, because CSK needs to break bread. Like, look, we'll pay you whatever you want to come over here and pick our young guys, because it's unbelievable what they do.
You're not wrong. The end is not nigh, because the end is now, ladies and gentlemen. It's bad, for crying out loud. And yeah, you can pick up Tilak Varma, but to your point, Archer and retaining Ishan Kishan, those are your big moves. Okay, how's it worked out for you so far? It's bad. Now, Arjit had a good point on our stream, and I do agree with it. As much as I'm mad because this is my number 1 team who I saw a championship with and in not much sense, he's right. We have the 2 teams that are always there, going back and forth to win it, at the bottom. It's someone else's turn right now. And those 2 new teams, they're all in the top 4, for crying out loud. They both are. So it's impressive. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let us know what your thoughts are about this match. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And, help us calm down. Send Dr. Blasphemar our way. But with saying that, Until next time.
We know all things.